So, Mark and Brian here, Fitness for Life PT, and we're going to start exercise number 3 with the wrist, with band. So I got my pretty band over here.
So this is another exercise tool that you can use. And again, all three of the tools we've used load everything entirely differently, even though it's similar type motions, but the way the body reacts to these is different. That's what makes them important. That's what makes them good. First one, again, hip drive. Everything's driving from the hip. He's got a palms up grip. He's driving that. Wrist is loose. That band will load you entirely differently. You can adjust the tension based on how far away from the starting part of that band you are. Now you can also turn your palm down and repeat that. Now you would obviously do that on the other side, but now the second half of this is overhead. So now he's going to start up overhead, but on this one, he's only going to go a little bit forward, but he wants to explode the hips to drive that arm down, just like this. This on the band, you don't have to go down farther than that because then the band gets wonky with that. So this is forward and back.
So I'm noticing
That's a band.
the least tension that I keep in my wrist, the more comfortable it feels. The more I try to do extra movement, it adds a little bit extra stuff that doesn't really feel as good. So just adding on to what Mark is saying, the more that you're using your body, just letting that wrist float back and forth as opposed to trying to muscle through it, just feels a little more comfortable.
Good point. And that's good because he's actually feeling what this feels like. And again, listen to your body. And Brian's earlier point, if use the range of motion that you have available to you, but don't be surprised if you feel limited in an area of the body that after doing these for a little bit, your motion starts increasing. Part 2, now you're going to go side to side. You're going to start with the hand closest. Again, drive the hips. Let that arm float. Let it swing across that body. Just like that. Excellent. And then what you do, without turning around, change hands. Now it's going to stress the forearm entirely differently. And Brian just did, because you were farther away, he needed to get closer because there was too much tension. It's not to see how much tension you can create, it's what can you do comfortably. Then you would turn around and repeat those. And then the third one is going to be the rotation. So again, turn your back to it. Now your other back to that. There. Good. I'm so proud. Left hand.
Left hand.
All right. What you're going to find, this looks a whole lot like a tennis forehand or a pickleball forehand. But again, you drive those hips. It explodes with the hips and then the arm floats with it. And then without changing your position, just switch hands. Now you got the backhand. So
would I turn a little bit maybe for
you
this
can
one?
if that's comfortable. Yeah, where the man hits you. But again, make sure the hips are what's exploding. So then you would repeat those. The left hand gets the forehand and the right hand gets the backhand.
Now you saw me playing with it on that last set. Right now we're just going side to side, but like Mark said, if you play in tennis, maybe it'd be good to do a little bit different angles. Also, just add a little bit of diagonal in there for if you were to play some tennis or pickleball. Or I think I'm ready to play, Mark. I think you need to go get your racket and head over there and have a little fun.
And that's good because the more, if you've got something in mind that you want to do, the more realistic you make it. So the more it looks like what you want to do, the better. Because if you want to be good at those, then duplicate the kind of moves you're making. Now, another question that Brian just brought up that he didn't know he brought up is, what if you don't have those implements? Okay. It's okay. And also keep in mind, that's like the trifecta, all the 3 different ways. Tremendous workout using all the different loaded implements. Okay. But say you only got one thing, that's fine. Okay. Use whatever you've got. So other suggestions are, some people will take just like a can of produce, hold it on the end. You can do that. And then you can hold it in the middle. Empty milk cartons. plastic jugs, you can put a little water in it and to get the weight that you desire. Those work great. And the thing about those, which makes them real effective, is with that water sloshing, it gives you an asymmetrical load through that. That was a big word
That's a
for
big
me.
word. I'm gonna
I
have to
tell
sit
you,
down there, I think.
I'm done. Okay, so implements like that, anything you've got around the house, a hammer you could hold on to and use. Okay,
Don't hit
so
yourself in the nose like I've done.
yes, so but get creative, just something that you could hold. But the key takeaway to all of this, okay, you are using the whole body. You're not just sitting there and just doing wrist movements. Second thing is the hips drive this, the ground drives it. So you explode from them and let the arms float, let the wrist float. Okay. So does that look like sitting here? No, but you've got everything trained and now everything is stronger. And so you can get away with that. Okay.
Or you can do this.
So yesterday, Brian couldn't do anything. Just after one round of these exercises, look what he got.
And if you have further questions, contact us at fitness4lifept.com.